See, so they got to be some winners and they got to be some losers. And we're gonna start it off with who you all think are some free agency winners. We're gonna start with Money Man. Come on, Money Man.
The money, man.
Talking about you, Joe.
I know you're talking about me
Oh,
because in the cat space.
yeah.
So my biggest winner in free agency, y'all, believe it or not, are the Chicago Bears. I think the Chicago Bears made a lot of good moves. Sad to say this, but that conversation between Caleb and Jaden Daniels gonna come up again next year. Possibly. They addressed the O line, which I love. First of all, let's start right here. They went and got Ben Johnson. Let's start there. They got Ben Johnson. And then we all know what Ben Johnson wants to do. He wants to run the ball. They already got the skill players. They lost Keenan Allen, but they still got Duze. They still got DJ Moore, and they still got. Do they still got Swift? They still got Swift, right? But the main thing they got with me is they got Tooney from the Chiefs. They traded for him for the Chiefs, and they got two other linemen they signed, I believe, right?
Very
So
smart.
that in itself right there, I feel like was a big winner for the Bears because I feel like they had the pieces in place. The missing piece though was the offensive line of the ball, and they addressed that. So to keep it short and sweet, my biggest winners are Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bulls.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll right into this one. I'm gonna let you take over because we building this plane while it's in the air. Now we started it. It was the first year we started with the panels and we invited people on. We did every team in the off season. This off season gonna be very, very interesting because we got to do it again. And there was only like 2 or 3 teams that I was like, they can't be this good. Like, there's no way they're gonna be this good. And one of them was the Carolina Panthers. I think they won 3 games. I don't remember. I think they won 3 or 2 games. I can't recall. That was one team, and another team I got killed for it. Coach, you talked about the wide receiver earlier, but I think the Broncos were one of the biggest winners in the free agency so far. To come off of the season that they had that nobody expected them to lock up another safety to go with that no-fly zone. Shout out to Bibby, that no-fly zone that they got back there. What is it, Hafunga? Then they went and stole Greenlaw too. I guess they got the same agent because they called him on 3-way. They said we're gonna go get Greenlaw too. We're gonna go get a linebacker to pair up with Benito. So now you got Benito, Greenlaw, Hafunga, PS2, and some other folks over there too. And they also went and got an offensive tackle to give up. Offensive tackle to help that 45-year-old quarterback they got back there. Inside joke. Carl know what I mean by that. So I think the Broncos right now are one of the biggest winners. And then to see Sean Payton on top of what they just had to do with the negative cap space that they had to bounce back from, I think they're making some of the right moves. That's the selective aggression that the Cowboys was looking for, and the Broncos have secured it so far.
Another signing, Evan Ingram signs with the Los Angeles Chargers. And he met with the Broncos and chose the Chargers. That would have been crazy.
Sounds like they got one more weapon. There you go.
But the Broncos, a great offseason so far. Great offseason. Great. Go ahead, Coach.
This one was tough because like so many teams made the right moves, and you guys called out 2 of them. But for me, it's because it's a player I brought up on FFC last week. I knew he was getting released, and I begged him with all my heart to not follow this quarterback anywhere, to just finally break away. I wanted him to go back home. That team is loaded over there in Green Bay. But I also said I'd be happy if he just found a really good contender. And who stays in the playoffs? The Rams.
Oh.
That was an absolute brilliant signing by the Rams because you have a solidified number 1 to take the top off of the defense. You have Kyron Williams, who is an outstanding running back. You have I can't think of the number 2, or he might be the number 1 and put Devontae at number 2. But
Nakua.
Yeah, Nakua. You got Nakua. I think Winnington might have a big year with all of these added weapons already. He was to take over a role last year that's kind of rough to ask somebody to do when the offense wasn't schemed that way initially. So now, if he's into the offense, you could have a really good receiving core going into this. You have a really good defense because you literally replaced Aaron Donald. Like, how you did that crap is beyond me, but you literally found that man's replacement. So now you can go into the draft and continue to build this team. Sean McVay, who y'all know I don't care too much for, finds a way to just. It's not about staying where he's at. He finds a way to keep the team in itself elevated. I'm not really big on him when it comes to advancing players, individually, but he always finds a way to enhance the team altogether. So, you got to give your kudos to where your kudos go. You know what I mean? Look, for me, him going to the Rams, Devontae Adams to the Rams was really, really big, and I think they were a big winner with that one.
And just to name a few, I ain't going to detail. I think the Patriots were a big winner.
Yep.
Patriots were a big winner.
Yeah.
On free agency. And oh my goodness, I love my train of thought. The Patriots and
I got you, Joe. The Jets. Oh,
so the Jets.
Because they got rid of Aaron Rodgers. But go ahead and talk about the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings, man, they loaded up on defense. They got busy. They really did. They got busy. They went and got
but then they got to put the ball in McCartney's hand. I ain't too keen on that.
But still, they defense got better. Like they added Jonathan Allen on the defense side of the ball. They got
defense that stays
Byron
on the
Murphy,
field.
huh?
The defense that stays on the field does what?
Get gassed out.
They don't stay on. Last year they didn't stay on the
The
field.
will. I'm saying I don't. What I'm not last year. Last
You don't
year
trust the quarterback.
Oh, I mean, did you trust Sam Darnold?
I don't trust it. Sam, huh?
Did you trust Sam Darnold last year before the season?
It's not that I didn't trust Sam Darnold. I didn't know how it was going to go with the Vikings. Like from the way he played with the years prior coming into this 1 year, because I don't know how he's going to play in Seattle. I'm not going to look at this year that he played with the Vikings and literally tell you he's going to go to Seattle and do that. He had 2 games with 2 top defenses that he actually lost. So that's what told me that they were going to lose in the playoffs. I understand that they had a big record in the regular season, but did you see who they played? Cardinals, Chargers, what's the name? Panthers, Giants, Saints. Like they didn't play nobody. Let's be real. That schedule the Vikings had last year was very easy. And the 2 teams that were above 500 and were top defenses, they lost to. So I don't know what Sam Darnold is actually going to do.
I feel you
with this team with Seattle with no receivers and barely any running backs. I don't know what he's going to do. But I don't know what the Vikings are going to do with McCarthy. I wasn't big on him in Michigan, and I'm just not big on his transition into the NFL.
I gotta take your word for it. Go ahead. That's your fellow.
Shout out to Cardo, man, being an R2L member for 19 months. Say shout out to the network, man. Shout out to you too for being around for 19 months, man. We told y'all it's a family over here. So again, shout out to the network. I think Jerry went to bed now. Big day tomorrow, Tom. Yeah, big day tomorrow. You said Wednesday is the day. And shout out to Coach.
Big day on Wednesday. On the third day.
Wait. So hold up. So Texas, they hour. I think they're an hour, 2 hours back. So if you go to bed now, yeah, all right. So Texas is an hour. So if you went to bed now, that's pretty early, man. I don't know, but he is old. So
2 hours. Sorry, my bad.
No, it is 2 hours. It's 2. Because I remember once the night when I went out there, I got paid and it was still daylight.
It is 2.
It's 2 hours.
It is 2. My bad. But but like the big days on Wednesday, now Monday. That's the big
day 3. That's when they really strike. They about to go get Stephon Diggs.
He's still out there.
I think they are. I think you are though.
It's hot and inside the dome.
Why not? You know he wants to play with y'all.
And he get all the media coverage. He can be on Michael podcast.
Man, we could bring
Cardi B. It would be a bad time to sign Stephon Diggs to the Cowboys, to be honest with you.
Yeah, until he start yelling at Dak on the sideline, then it's gonna be like, here we go. Here we go.
He got his brother there. Oh, then he might yell.
You see what his brother did? You talking about they won't jump him.
Let's jump him.
Man, I don't know. He might be on Dak's side if he throw a pass up perfectly, and he get that picture. He get that picture on Trayvon. I don't know, but Trayvon's still icing up from the knee injury, so I don't know. He might not play this year. See, that's a loss. Speaking of losses, we got